Spider-Man Caught in the Web. Spider-Man Caught in the Web by Michael Teidenbaum. Pencils by Steve Butler. Inks by Jeff Albrecht. And color by Bongotone. Published by Golden Book Publishing Company. Gotta hurry, thought the Amazing Spider-Man as he swung towards Empire State University. He was going to photograph the Science Expo for the Daily Bugle. He could be taking the pictures as Peter Parker, but he could travel faster as Spider-Man. And as usual, he was late. Spidey changed his clothes, slipped into the science building, and started snapping photographs of Dr. Curt Connors and his astonishing device, the Neogenic Recombinator. Connors hoped the invention could one day be used for healing, but it could also give people terrible powers, and if it got into the wrong hands... Across town, a pair of very wrong hands put down a newspaper. The Hobgoblin laughed an evil laugh. Then off he flew on his goblin glider and soon found the Scorpion on the roof of the Daily Bugle building. "Want to run a little errand?" asked the Hobgoblin. "Well, what's in it for me?" asked the Scorpion. "Plenty," said the Hobgoblin. "The device that gave you incredible strength and made you the Scorpion is on display at the university. If we steal it, you can gain even greater power." At the Science Expo, Peter snapped pictures of his boss, J. Jonah Jameson, speaking with Dr. Connors. Suddenly, Peter's spidey sense tingled. A pumpkin bomb exploded. "Surprise!" shouted the Hobgoblin. "I'll take this," snarled the Scorpion. Grabbing the Recombinator, he smashed the stage with his powerful tail. "I'll get the police!" Peter shouted to Jameson and Connors. Running for the exit, Peter fired a spider tracer at the glider. The tiny tracking instrument stuck to the glider as the Hobgoblin flew away. The Scorpion followed, carrying the Recombinator. Out of sight, Peter swiftly changed into Spider-Man. "It's time to pay my old friends a visit," he thought, and the spider tracker led me right to them. At the hideout, the two villains were arguing. "I carried it," said the Scorpion. "Now I get to use it." But the Hobgoblin was afraid the Recombinator would make the Scorpion too strong. "There's been a change of plans," he said. Spider-Man followed the spider tracer to the Hobgoblin's lair. Now, he watched as the two villains fought. "I'll just web my camera into position so I don't miss any of the fun," Spidey said. Then, he burst through the skylight. "You boys didn't invite me to the party," he said, "so I decided to crash it." The Scorpion lashed out at Spider-Man with his mighty tail. "You're first, Spider-Man," he said. "Then I'll take care of my double-crossing partner." Spider-Man ducked as the tail swung toward his head, hitting the Hobgoblin instead. Soon the battle was over, and Spider-Man had wrapped the two villains in a web cocoon. "When are you guys going to learn about teamwork?" he asked. "As long as you're fighting each other, you make my job easy. I should send you a thank you note." "Here's a little present for you," Spidey told the two police officers walking along the street. Then he headed back to the university with the Recombinator. "Thank you, Spider-Man," said a very relieved Dr. Connors when Spidey returned with the Recombinator. "I feared the worst when those two stole the device." "No problem, Doc. That's what web slingers are for," said Spidey. Later that day, Peter Parker delivered the photos of Spidey's battle to his boss. "Incredible!" Jameson exclaimed. "Parker, I don't know how you do it." "Oh, I just hang around the right places," Peter replied.